doubting yourself, right? You're looking at yourself like, oh my goodness, I'm not good enough, right? You think you're not pretty enough, you think you're not smart enough, you think you're not intelligent enough. Now, ngoba ngisaphila, still alive, I'm gonna tell you things you don't know about yourself. One, you are pretty, more than pretty. Two, you're smart, intelligent, brilliant. You are so perfect. Reason for us failing in life is not because of we don't work hard or we don't put in the extra work as other people. It's because we have self-doubt. The moment you doubt yourself is the moment that things just don't come out right. Things just don't happen. So today we're talking to you like I talk to my friends, making examples that like I always do, and they're so weird and I never understand where I get them from. But again, I'm talking to you, the person who's sitting in their room thinking they're not good enough. I'm talking to you, the person who's like, oh my goodness, life is so shitty. I'd rather die than live this life. I'm talking to you, the person who's there like, oh my god, nothing is coming together. I'm a failure. Like, I'm not good enough. I'm not pretty enough. Like, what's wrong with me? Yeah, I'm talking to that person. Because once upon a time, I literally hit rock bottom. You don't believe it? Let me tell you the story. Moved in actually to this new school, got bullied. I hated myself. I hated my complexion. I wanted to die. I wanted to kill myself because I've never experienced bullying in my entire whole life, okay? And when I did, it was not nice. But can I tell you, the percentage of me living, it is 1% in a million or trillion, okay? So that means I have a purpose. That means I am special in some way. This means I have a reason to live. Now, don't get me wrong, for those who think there's a next life, I don't believe in that crap. You only live once. There is no other life. Like, hello? Can someone come and be like, okay, I once died and I was in the other land, and like in this next life, I was rich, I was successful. If someone comes and tell me that, I'll believe it. But for now, I do not believe it. The moment you hear, you gotta make you move. As Beyonce said, you were here, you better leave your footprints, bruh. Alright, so this video will be cut down into 4 parts, so you better listen because the last one will be kinda interesting. Part 1. You have to start believing in yourself. Now, it's not that easy. Number one, you need to start liking bright things. Okay, black is still my favorite color, so it doesn't mean I'm depressed and whatsoever, right? But you gotta start loving being outside. That's why today's video is actually outside in nature instead of me being inside my house. You have to now check the people that you're chilling with, check the vibes that you're with. People you surround yourself with basically determine what kind of energy you receive. Now, say I'm chilling with people who are always depressed and whatsoever. Chances of me being depressed and complaining about life and how shitty life is are very high because the group of friends that I have are always depressed. Unlike someone who has a friend group that is always happy, positive, they give out those good vibes, chances of them not being depressed are very high because the group that they have makes them or diverts their thinking into this positive vibe whatsoever. You may have friends that are positive and whatever, but if you're not willing to take yourself out of the situation of being depressed, you basically are not going to move out of it, right? And being like this positive person doesn't mean even the dumbest of things you have to be positive. Like, say for instance, a car is about to hit a bird or whatever or a dog, and you're gonna be like, oh my goodness, like I believe this dog is gonna fly. Let's be realistic, that's not gonna happen, right? So you gotta be like positive and also be realistic with yourself because you don't want to get your hopes or yourself crushed out. Number two, you have to start minding your own business. Like, I feel as if people take this like lightly. The moment you start minding your own business and focusing on yourself is the moment things are gonna align. Is the moment you're gonna notice what you're doing wrong and what you're not doing wrong, right? And it's so important to just mind your own business, do what you have to do for yourself. Now, mind your own business doesn't mean you can't gossip. Like, let's be honest, this is life. Like, gossiping is part of nature, but there's a limit to everything. So, you can't be spreading fake rumors and be like, oh my goodness, whoever did whatever, knowing exactly that that scenario didn't take place and it didn't happen. Unlike, say, we saw whoever fighting yesterday and we wake up the next day, we talk about it. That is different. We saw it happening and we're just talking about it, who was wrong and who was wrong and who wasn't wrong. That is so different. Number three, You have to start investing in you. I always say this: invest in you. Having self-doubt is okay. Like, there are those days where you're rocky, there are those days. Investing in yourself is so important, right? Because your mental health comes first. I remember growing up, I was walking home from school, and I met this father. He told me that if your brain stops working, it's perfectly fine. But if your heart stops working, you're gonna die. So I grew up doing decisions based on my heart more than my brain. And I felt that that's why most of the time things are always just, you know, but that works for me. That is what I'm good at, and I prefer that thing. So investing on myself basically means that whatever that messes up with my mental health, it's out. Either family, friends, I literally don't care. I'd rather be alone than to have people who are stressing me out, than to have people who always bring me down. I don't need that type of energy in my life. And if you feel as if you can't obviously disown your family members because you stay with them, you can ghost them. Be there but not being there. You understand? Not like every day. There are days where I literally come out and I start talking to my family and I chill with them. But there are most days where I just stay in my room and be on my own and be with my own thoughts, of which that is healthy and okay. Like, I've grown to loving myself more, that I can like spend time with myself and be alone with my thoughts and I'll be perfectly fine. There are days where I honestly will play the depressing songs ever and I'll be in my room and I'll cry for some reason. When I hit those days, I start thinking about things that make me feel good, like personally, I love listening to music. So music gives me that vibe. Watching YouTube videos, I start watching my favorite people that I like on YouTube that make me feel good and make me feel energetic and make me feel ready for the next day. What music brings to me brings joy, and it depends on kind of music. Like lately, I've been vibing to Nigerian songs, y'all. I've been saying that a lot. Like I've been vibing to Nigerian songs. They've been a hit for me. Realizing what works for you and what doesn't work for you. Now I stay in South Africa, right? 90% of the people in South Africa listen to my piano, of which that's good sound, it's a good vibe. But personally, I don't find it that good. There are days where my piano is great, and there are days where I just don't want to hear my piano song, like at all. And understanding that you are your own individual person. Yeah, my mom gave birth to me, but I can't be like my mom. You understand what I'm trying to say? You have to put yourself first. And I know it sounds selfish and whatsoever. Most people be like, oh wow, my parents raised me. Like it was so difficult, but they raised me, so I'm gonna put them first. And you messing up your mental health. Is it really worth it? Because if you die or lose yourself, your parents lost their son or their daughter. Like it's game over, child. It's chai. So putting yourself first is like so important because it also helps people around you, people who actually care about you. And go for your dreams. Okay, this one is not in the plan, it just came. Go for your dreams, go for your goals. Having self-doubt won't help you. So with the event that happened, right, where I asked Gift Mananda to propose, whatever, one thing I've learned in that event or in that experience per se is that life is all about risk. It's either you jump or you die having questions. It's either you be thinking of what if he was gonna say yes, what if he was gonna say no, what if he was gonna be like, girl, I have a girlfriend, so don't be up here doing all that shit, or what if he was gonna be like, okay, come, like, if I was gonna stay in my seat and hold myself back in one thing that I wanted to do, I was not gonna know the outcome of it. So taking a risk and jumping, it is so important to jump for your goals. You are gonna fall sometime. Yeah, you are literally going to fall. Sorry about that. It doesn't matter how you fall, the important part is how you stand up. I feel that people always focus on the falling instead of how you actually get up on your feet, and whatever falling you went through, how do you actually change that and make it work for you? Right. Number 4, understanding this, right? No one is supposed to support you, honestly speaking. No one is supposed to be like, oh my goodness, I'm cheering you up, you go for it. You're supposed to be that person for yourself. I'm gonna tell you a story. My family doesn't support my YouTube channel. Like zero, nada, like nobody does. Only my little brothers, of which is like my little brothers will be supporting me instead of my parents, like my grandma. They don't support me. Literally, I'm filming a video, my grandma will be in the house yelling for some reason. She'll pass by here, like literally they'll do like little things to show that we don't support this. Because I'm doing this based on love and I love it, I honestly just don't care. I always find a way to make it work. And my brothers are supporting me. One of my brothers is literally here. He is my director. He's telling me if I should stop when people are coming and whatsoever. Because I believe in myself. I'm investing in myself. If they don't believe in me, I always tell my friends that when I make it, what I'm making y'all, people gon' like, you feel me? But you always have to invest in yourself. You have to be that one that finds opportunities. Most of the time, people are not lucky enough that opportunities are gonna come knocking at it and be like, "Look, look, look, I'm here, I'm an opportunity. Take me, grab me, run with me." It doesn't happen. You always have to try ways for you to move where you are to be in a better place or be in a better version or whatever. Like you always have to try ways to moving. It doesn't have to be like big ways. Like you moving from one thing to another, it counts as something. It literally counts as something. What I've realized or what I've learned also is that when you're born or like when you die, there are 2 dates that are on your tombstone: your birthday and your death day. And in between are things that you have done or how you've lived your life. So you have to be the one person who decides how you want to live your life. I believe that you write your own destiny. I believe that you have the right and the capabilities of being the person you're dreaming of being. If you just put in the work and you mind your own business, I believe that you have the power, the willpower to actually get your dreams and actually be that person for yourself, but you just have to invest in you. I believe that you are willing, you are driving to take that risk, to jump. I believe that you know yourself, you're gorgeous. When it comes to beauty, guys, I've heard of people always misunderstand it. We don't see eye to eye. Let's just start there. We actually just don't see eye to eye. Whatever that is interesting in me or whoever that looks handsome in my eyes might not look handsome in your eyes, right? No, it's honestly important for you to understand that you're beautiful. Yeah, you can't be as pretty as the next person, you can't be as funny as the next person, but you are funny in your own way. And if you stop focusing on other people and actually focus on yourself and rebuilding yourself and actually improving yourself, you're gonna realize that you are gonna set out this energy of you're attractive. Right. One of my friends, her name was Google. I think she once said that she always thinks that she's attractive and she's fooling the world. And up until she started believing that she's attractive and the world will eventually, you're gonna start believing it and the world is gonna start actually accepting it. It's like a trick of tricks and it always works out. But yeah. That's all I have to say today, and stop doubting yourself. I don't know where that's gonna get you in life. If you honestly doubt yourself, you're gonna stay in one place forever and watching your peers growing their lives because you doubt yourself. And one more thing, if you have an idea or you have a plan or there's something in your heart or in your mind that's like telling you to do it, go for it. I don't care if you don't have money, I don't care if you're rich, I don't care if you're poor. If you have an idea, find a way to make it happen. If it doesn't work out, it's okay. It's okay knowing that you actually lost because you tried than actually losing because you did nothing. So if there's something in your heart, I'm thirsty for water. If there's something in your heart that's telling you that you want to do something like this, go for it. Actually do it. Because if you don't do it, what are the chances of you knowing that you were going to be a billionaire or a zillionaire? I remember I wrote a song in my lowest grade, and I felt that song was going to be a vibe, but I never actually did anything about it, and I died. Wait, okay, I didn't die, but I actually just grew up wishing on, hoping on, wanting to know what is going to happen if I actually took that risk or whatever, right? So it's very important to always invest in yourself and basically think of yourself as a next billionaire. Like that always gets me motivated when I'm in my lowest and I don't want to wake up and I don't want to study, I don't want to do anything. I always think of myself as a billionaire. Like I'll be like, okay, fine, if I want to make money, I gotta stand up. If I want to make money, I gotta like do whatever. Like literally right now it's 7 o'clock. Like I woke up so early. I actually wanted to do this video when people are still sleeping or whatever, but the sunlight was like, no, I'm not coming there, I'll be there at 7. So I was like, okay, fine, let's work with nature here. So yeah, that is all I have to say today. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Do what you have to do. And if you're watching
this and you're not subscribing, you're not liking, what are you doing? What are you doing?
don't be wrong. Are you farting? Oh, okay, don't be wrong. See you in my next video and listen up me. I don't talk to people who don't believe in themselves. Get your shit right and believe in yourself. Bye.